Greetings, everyone. This is Assail the Terror of Death 99, aka the Black Cobra. And I have returned for some more of the Phoenix Wright Trilogy, Justice for All, second game. This is the final case. Now, getting back to where we were last night. Now, we had actually found out that several of the characters were actually holding very interesting mysteries about them, including Matt Engard's former manager, well, current manager, Adrian Andrews. We found out that her mentor had actually committed suicide 2 years prior. We also found out that she was actually the former manager of the murder victim, Juan Carita. Probably the most important thing, though, is that Maya's been kidnapped! In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you. We're also trying to figure out who this mysterious kidnapper is who kidnapped Maya. He had actually said to Phoenix that he wants Phoenix to get a full acquittal for Matt Engard. Otherwise, he will actually kill Maya. Question is, can we do so? That is hopefully what we're going to find out tonight. Anyway, let's continue. I'm certain there is someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you. Refreshing like a spring breeze. Mia. I know. I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day. That is the other thing I forgot to mention. Though I didn't need to. The kidnapper wants us to get a full acquittal of Matt Engard before the end of the day. Oh, shit. This is Phoenix right here. Maya, she's unharmed, right? Present? What in the world would you want to give me? Wait. Kidnapper sent me a present? It has nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything. Anyway. Anyway, let us continue. Let's begin with the trial. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Matt Ongard. Defense is ready, Your Honor. And where's Miss Von Karma? I don't know, Your Honor. Hopefully she has left for good. Huh? What? Shots? Totally insane. Miss Von Karma, is she alright? Edgeworth! Due to the circumstances, Miss Francisca Von Karma cannot appear in court today. Very well. Isn't that ironic? That's the exact same area where her father was shot. Heh. Very well. And don't forget, last night they were actually mentioning, last night Miss Von Karma actually said that she was trying to get a revenge for Phoenix, on Phoenix Wright for Miles Edgeworth's supposed death. I did mention last night that Miles Edgeworth is not dead. And we also proved it as well. Prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Richard Gumshoe to the witness stand. Witness, your name and occupation, please. Detective. Very well. Let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that. Yes, it is going to be a very rough fight. Answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth. Bare facts of the case. Murder happened after the Hero of Heroes Award ceremony. The victim, Juan Corrida, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered. Stabbed to death. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. Now, for anyone who actually didn't catch what I was saying last night, the victim, Juan Carita, played a television character named the Jammin' Ninja. Unable to climb walls, but he was actually a talented guitar player. Question is, who had actually won him dead? That is what we're trying to find out. After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room. Well, the victim and defendant went alone to their rooms. Very well. I'm actually going to do 2 quick saves here. One thing I always state when playing the Phoenix Wright games, always save frequently because you never know when you're going to screw up. Would you please give us a brief timeline of what happened after the ceremony? The ceremony started at 6 p.m. It ended around 8 p.m. and there was a short break. The special post-ceremony show was supposed to start in the lobby 30 minutes later. So that was around 8:30. That's when the victim's body was found, correct? The murder occurred during that 30-minute break period. The person who discovered the victim's body was Adrian Andrews, correct? She's the defendant, Matt Ongaard's manager. She is a really pretty lady, so. Let's focus on the current topic, Your Honor. We'll deal with her a little bit later. The post-ceremony show was about to start. She wanted to get Mr. Ongaard. After visiting his room, she next went to the victim's room to get him for the show, sir. That's when she found the victim's body. Cause of death, wasn't that because Mr. Carita was stabbed in the chest? Well, you can see the knife sticking out of his chest. Bandana. Wait a minute. Looks like he was strangled, actually. Bandana. Interesting. I didn't notice that last night. And what about the knife? Interesting. So the knife was stuck in his chest after he was dead. Looks like the real cause of death was strangulation. Strangled with a scarf, then stabbed with a knife. Time of death around 8:15, around 8:15 p.m. Why did you think that? The German Ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar. We couldn't find anywhere at the scene of the crime. That is an interesting theory. Question is, though, would someone actually go that far to kill someone just to get a guitar? I suppose it could happen. I mean, there are a lot of crazy people in the world, so I do suppose it could happen. The only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims. The victims, huh? Alright. I do partially agree with the judge's theory, though. I mean, it's incorrect, but it could have happened, actually. That's an interesting what if. What convinced you it had nothing to do with the case? Guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night. Yet the case was? Interesting. Where was it? Ah, the television studio. The victim, Juan Carita, had apparently only taken the case with him. Forgot to put the guitar inside the case? Either he was absent-minded or he had no intention of bringing the guitar with him. So the guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel. Interesting. First, the victim was strangled to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Something doesn't fit, though, about that. If you look closely, you can actually see blood sticking out of the victim's chest. Technically, there wouldn't be blood if the victim was already dead. Though I have seen that stuff happen before. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest men on guard? Because there was reason enough to suspect him. Edgeworth does have a point. Very well. Why arrest on guard? Men on guard and Juan Carita were huge rivals with each other. Each other thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough for me. True. Technically, they were television rivals. And both shows were on at the same time. I suppose that could be enough for a rivalry. To actually want to kill someone? The German... Ah, yes! The German ninja's button. Which is bloodstained. It was ripped off the ninja's costume. It was found in Mr. Ongar's hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant brought the knife to the crime, which makes this premeditated murder. True. The defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing. Well, there is definitely blood on the blade. That was found in the defendant's clothes, was it not? Blood on is the victim's blood. Interesting. No. I'm not giving up yet. I'll find a hole in your argument somehow, Edgeworth. Interesting. But in terms of popularity, Mr. Engard won, did he not? One step behind Mr. Engard in everything, huh? This year it seems like he finally caught up, ready for the big final showdown. Mr. Carito lost the Grand Prix in the end. Must have been pretty downhearted after losing. True, that could be. Wait just 1 second, though. Mr. Engard was beating Mr. Carito in the popularity polls. Which means in the defendant's eyes, the victim was not a rival at all. Which means he had no motive to kill at all. Very strange. Very strange. If you actually look at the case in another perspective, technically Carito was the one who had actually want Engard dead. Because Engard was actually beating him in the popularity polls. So technically, it would actually be the other way around. Carito will want Engard dead, not Engard wanting Carito dead. Interesting. Exactly, the defendant would have had no motive. Alright, let's continue, please. Enough, Edgeworth. Do you have any proof that the button belonged to the victim? Let me put it this way. I'm asking you if you have any evidence to back up your claim that this button was ripped off the German ninja's costume. True, the victim's blood is on it. However, anyone could have smeared that blood on there afterward. Thread, huh? Ah! The button was attached to the costume by thread. That thread snapped when the button was torn off. If you match up the ends of the thread on the costume with the thread on the button, it's a perfect match. True, true. When was this button found? So it was almost immediately after the murder. Police didn't have free time to lollygag and play tricks, unlike some people. How were the fingerprints arranged on the knife? By examining the fingerprints, you can determine how the defendant held the knife. For example, did he hold it normally or overhand? Yes, I was, Edgeworth. I would assume no. Mainly because it says right there, gate order is engraved. So I'm assuming that he actually took the knife from the hotel. Bought the knife for the crime, huh? There's no way this was a premeditated murder, even if he bought the knife. True. It isn't a pocket knife. If the prosecution could prove it was a premeditated murder, we're done for. Huh? Ah, exactly. It doesn't fold. A button covered in the victim's blood and a knife with Onguard's fingerprints. Still in a world of trouble. True. Interesting. I'm not buying it. Objection, Your Honor. Wait a second. So the basis of your argument that this was a premeditated murder is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand? Did not buy this knife. Take a good look at the handle of this knife and you'll see what I'm talking about. Exactly. That's the name of the hotel, the Gatewater Hotel. The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder was not premeditated. What is it, Edgeworth? What? How so? Question is, where did this knife come from? No. It actually came from... That is an interesting question. The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I'd like to draw the court's attention to what is on top of the table. There's a knife and a fork on the table. Came from Mr. On-Guard's room. Right there. You can see it right there. Crystal clear. There's something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife? We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt Allgard's knife was missing. Mr. Allgard had gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife on a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder. Must be one of those traps that I just walked headlong into it. A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. There's quite a sizable amount of evidence here. You could safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court. Evidence not yet shown? Evidence that the court has not yet seen. New evidence. Ah, yes. There is one piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that the court has yet to see. Alright. If I mess this up, it's curtains for us all. Like I said, always save frequently because, see that bar over there? If you mess this up, it's an automatic game over. And I have no intention of screwing this up. Right here. Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against his assailant. The vase was broken, his makeup is all over the floor. There were all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser. However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The one thing that had not fallen over, along with everything else, is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. What? I don't buy it. I disagree. No. I don't buy it. No. No, no, no. If I appear weak here, the trial is over. I'll look for my proof later. But now I should trust my instinct and point with certainty. The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim? What? Fingerprints. Oh, whose were they? What? No, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, you're not getting me with this, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, don't you go tisk-tisking me, Edgeworth. No! Another witness? What the hell is he thinking? Oh no. No! Not her. Witness! Name and occupation, please. Oh no. Ah! Probably the one thing I agree with Edgeworth on. The Wicked Witch of the witness stand. Oh my god. The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct? So we're the same age. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around the hallway in front of his room. There's something I was interested in finding out. Since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. On guard. Trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. So Mr. Allengard came out of the victim's room. I don't entirely buy that. What was your post on that night? Nickel, not lead. That was Adrian Andrews. That's when you went to hang around the victim's door? Something you were interested in? Just what was that? What is this thing she was interested in? I also despise gossip. And should it prove relevant, we can always have it appended to our testimony later. Did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time? Oh. Then would you tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Kurita's room? The witness then saw someone, correct? Who was it? Well, say it. Oh, what do... No, I'm not even gonna go there. You saw my client? Are you sure about that? Really? Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further. Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail. It does matter. What thing? Racing jacket. He was wearing that at the detention center, too. Technically, it's not. Relevant or non-relevant? Irrelevant, I should say. Oh, I would say it is. Of course it was important, Your Honor. Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony. Are you sure the defendant was wearing a racing jacket? She may not remember things or be mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying. That is bad for us, Mia. It does have the tendency to jump off topic. That's not a good thing. Interesting. Wait a minute. I'm not buying it. Objection, Your Honor. Do you know what this is? This button was discovered on Mr. Onguard's body during a full body search. It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai hakama pants. I'm aware of that. Witness! Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination. But just now, didn't you just say that the defendant, Matt Onguard, was wearing his usual racing jacket? Oh, God. Shut up! Oh my God! So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. Onguard, the man, but Mr. Onguard, the Nickel Samurai? This is a very important point we're talking about. Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify. That made absolutely no sense. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume. Something doesn't fit, though. If he was inside the costume during the murder, then there would be blood inside there would be blood stains on his costume. And to my knowledge, there were none. The possibility does exist. Very well, Your Honor. Would you please get on your testimony? Be a little more careful in your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said he was wearing his racing jacket, and now he's not? A dream, huh? Don't even pay attention to that, everyone. I know exactly what that's from. They put weight into it because it is very important. They're not theatrics, they're testimonies. Why would that be? There's still no advantage for him that I could see. In fact, you would think that costume would make him stand out all the more. No, I don't. Isn't that what you're always doing to me? That's a good point. One moment, everyone.